Hi everyone, welcome back. I just want to quickly come on and just color with you today. Really quickly, we're going to be using this Dreamland coloring pages. And I pulled this out directly out of the paper. See, look, it has perforations. It's not a copy. And I have pulled out these two green colors to do with the leaf. One is called yellow green and the other one is called blue green. And these colors come from the Low Cornell Simply Smart collection, I guess, and you can get that from Hobby Lobby if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, or you probably can a local store. You can definitely probably get them from a local store near you. I've never researched them. I'm not sure even how I purchased those. I'm not sure if my big roommate bought them for me. I'm not sure if I think my best guess is that I got them in a D-stash. That's how I have a lot of the things that I would never purchase on my own because of the price. Like, a lot of people use Copic markers and they look so nice to use from people that are versed in using Copic markers. If I were to purchase Copic markers, they would look just like regular Crayola markers, because I am not in no means a colorist. I'm not even, you know, I don't know the colors that make mud. All I remember is yellow and blue make green. Things like that. So, and yellow and red, I believe, make orange. So those are the things that I know I learned from school. And even with the Ziploc bag, you learn that, right? Which they got from school. So I can do those. And I think red and blue make purple. If I needed to get technical, I guess I could always color and blend them in together. You can't see that at all, can you? I do apologize. My big old hand is in the way. I'll try to remember that for the next one. So I'm trying to color all the leaves to the left. I think actually I'm going to incorporate this yellow in as well. I had pulled these colors out over here to the left for the owl, but I'm not sure. Some of the ladies on YouTube and Instagram are super talented people that I like to ooh and ah over when I see them coloring. It's just so pretty. Trying to see how it's growing out. I don't even need to be that anal. I don't know why I'm being so technical about this. Let me just put the fun back in it. I was trying to make it all match, but when you put too much thought into your crafts and creations, you end up making a big old mess and frustrating yourself about things. That's not needed. Just get it together. I'm glad that I had to slap myself with a dose of reality right there. Because definitely I don't want... I'm only going to try to do about 10 minutes or so, and then I can move on to another project if I can, if I have time. Nicholas is getting on my nerves, though. He's over there messing with something. Plastic bag of some sort. And that's really irking my nerves. Big time. I'm trying to not put him in his crate, but I think he needs to go in there if he's going to continue to ignore my request for him to stop it. I know I have cat lovers, and you probably feel like he's not doing anything, but that is annoying to me, especially when I'm coloring or whenever I'm doing anything that I feel like I need concentration on. It bugs me that I have background interference. I'm using this surface as like a cushion or a sponge, and see, shading with color pencils. This tells you how you can do things. And I was going to be like super like that, but I am not. I changed my mind. I'm not going to do that. I told you all about a lady I watched on YouTube about blending colors with different mediums. She uses like Vaseline, alcohol, a lot of different things. She shows you how to color. She created a coloring book of some sort, and she talks about it. I had did a mandala search on YouTube, and she came up. You know, if you put YouTube on autoplay, it'll just pull up random things. And what I think has happened with the algorithm for YouTube is, if I was to type in blue pencils, for example, blue coloring pencils, at a point it's going to go from blue coloring pencils, and say if the lady or man has put in their title, blue coloring pencils with a hint of gold. After a certain amount of videos of blue coloring pencils, you're going to get gold something. And then on that video, it's going to be like, for example, gold flecks of spray paint. Then you're going to go to goes from that video to spray paint videos and things like that. So I don't know the lady's name, but I know I did a search about mandalas, and she was one of the videos that came up. I personally don't care for non-speaking videos. You know, like the videos that just have music in the background playing. Because if I am cleaning the house, cooking, or doing something else, and I just have you on to listen to you, I want to hear what you're saying. Like if you say, now I'm going to use a purple color to do this, I want to know that you're using a purple color, because I may come back and say, why are you using purple on that Statue of Liberty, for example, or the Leaning Tower of Pisa? It's supposed to be green or grayish. And then you may say, I'm using purple because we're doing altered reality or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But if all I hear is music playing, then it sucks. And I know some crafters, English isn't their first language, but they're awesome crafters, so they just play the music in the background and create projects, and you never know that they are non-English speaking creators. I understand that. And those are the videos I have to sit down and take notes and watch over and over again. But that's why I think I talk to you all so much, because you don't have to see that I'm coloring a leaf green. You know that I'm coloring a leaf green. You don't have to stop to say that, because I already told you the colors that I would be using. So if you're sitting there crafting along with me, then you may pull out your crayons or your pencils or whatever and color as well. But if I was just sitting up here coloring and I had music in the background, which I'm not, I'm not an artiste, as JJ would say, I'm not an artiste. So, that's just my own personal preference. I have sat through videos with no sound and watched, and that's me sitting through videos. Sometimes I don't have the pleasure of just sitting through a video. So I do like videos where people actually talk. I didn't even see this branch. I mean, I saw the branch, but I didn't see the branch. I have to pull out a funky color for that. I want to color this not traditional color. Yep, Nicholas is going in his crate. He's going to go in his crate. He's a bad kitty cat. Very bad kitty cat. I've noticed that sometimes when I get into my coloring, I definitely trail off on my voice. And I don't want to do that to you all. I want you to be able to hear me clearly, because in almost all of my videos, I watch back before I post, or I'll post them up and watch, and I'm like, oh, why did you say that? Like on one of my craters, I said happy crafting instead of happy crater. Not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. No one else really probably cares how I sign off on my videos, but I do. I really did wish I knew a little bit more about blending techniques or color matching, and that's why I want to try to keep the colors all the same in the way I was coloring them, because I wanted to just try it. I want to try it and see, but it's okay. No spilt milk, no love lost, no hard feelings. I hope everyone is staying safe. The weather here for the last week has been wet, which I like rain, so it's no big deal. It's just very dangerous for people that drive crazy or do crazy things while driving. I was looking on Yahoo at the news that they posted, and they post a lot of junk. And sometimes they post interesting stories, and I didn't click on the link, but they had a picture of a lady who had surgery or something on her feet, and she was like it was like her warning sign to everyone that rides with their feet on the dashboard. And I'm like, why would you ever ride with your feet on the dashboard? You can get in an accident, and guess what's going to get crushed or broken first? Not your face, not your hands, your feet. Because you don't really have a good response time to pull those things out from the window when an accident is about to happen. So we all have to be careful of that. I remember I messed that up too. That's okay. I had a friend, him and his wife, she said that she always puts her feet flat down on the ground because she knew someone that got into an accident. They broke, get it out, broke both of their ankles because they had their feet cocked up on the windshield, or they had their legs crossed or something. And her husband kind of looked at her like, you are a nut. But after she told me that, and that's when, I think you learn a lot of your life lessons when you're younger than when you're old, and you try to incorporate those things into what's going on. And I was just like, that makes some strange sense. And so I always try to sit in the back seat, not with my legs crossed, but just flat. Not sit upright, but I put my feet, together. I don't cross my legs. And plus, sometimes when I'm sitting in the back seat, it's because there's no space and it's cramped, so I don't want to cross my legs anyway. Like when you're going to lunch with your coworkers and they have a small fancy car, or they have a smaller car because or less room because it's a car seat in the back seat for their child. At least that's my story. So those are all things to keep in mind. I do know that Yahoo puts a lot of junk news on there. Clickbait, they're have you click a lot of random things, and it takes you, it's like, yes, this celebrity doesn't look the same after she did this and this and this. And you're like, if you're nosy, like me sometimes, I want to see. And you click on a person's face, like they say, you didn't even know this person died. And you click on that person, and it takes you to something else, something stupid. Maybe that's just my experience. I don't know. I had a pencil sharpener over here, and I was sharpening the pencils, and then my lead kept breaking. I was like, this is some cheap lead, or either the pencil sharpener person is not good. I remember in elementary school, those big round pencil sharpeners that you have with the different holes, and you have to pick the pencil shape that you have. I remember I used to go up there and just sharpen my pencil just because. Those are the wonderful times of first days of school, right? They probably don't even use pencils in school anymore, let alone pens, because we have people that need to sign their names for my job, and they're like, I don't know how to write in cursive. I'm like, what? They don't teach cursive in school anymore? And everybody's like, no, they took that out a while back. I'm like, oh. We're just constantly handicapping our future. Because eventually someone's going to say, hey, maybe all this technology that we're using to give direct access about everything to our life isn't so good, and we need you to sign your name on this document. And there you are, can't even sign your name on the document because you don't know how to write in cursive. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I do love technology. I love all the things that it has to offer. And I dislike technology because of all the things it has to offer. Some things are better left not relying on technology. You know, when my mom was alive, she was into technology, and she tripped me out because at first, when I had first bought her first computer, she was like, I don't know what to do with it. And that's when Dell was very, very popular. You know, that guy was like, dude, you're getting a Dell. I bought her computer, and the people left the computer outside her door, and it had Dell written all over it. And I called her, and I was like, did you get a package today? She's like, no, she called me. But the first time when I called, I was like, did you get a package today? She said, no. Did you send me something? I was like, yes, I sent you something. I didn't tell her what it was. And so when she called me, she was like, dude, I got a Dell. I was like, oh, it came. She was like, yeah, but it was sitting outside the house. And I was so furious when she told me that. I think UPS, you know, but this was a while ago when Dell was very popular. More popular than it is now. I was mad because, you know, UPS will sit a newborn baby outside if you say deliver it to them and just go. Ring the doorbell and keep it trucking. And I'm like, I didn't like that. I guess they've gotten better because people do steal a lot of things off of people's doorsteps for no reason. Little kids will steal too. So, you know, it's very important that you have good neighbors, unless your neighbors are thieves, and that you can have them put your stuff, you know, on my UPS packaging. I put, if I'm not home and not deliverable, take back to the distribution center and I'll come and pick it up. Like when I was into the Sims, when Sims 2 was, when EA Games and Maxis was still creating discs and not having you download the data to cut down on costs for them, but still increase the cost for the end user. I had ordered a game and I was like, just leave it at the store, leave it at the distribution center, and I'll come and get it right now. You know, I had to call them. And I got there and I was so excited to get the daggone game. Didn't even play it that night. I was like, why did you do all of that? But I just had to have it. Some things, you know, you just gotta have. Maybe it's just me. Some things I gotta have. I gotta have in my hand. I gotta touch it. I gotta look at it. And that's how I feel about some shopping. Like some things, you know, you can buy online. No problem. It's gonna be what you want it. Like if Michael sold their hot buy papers on sale, I would probably just buy them online. But, you know, some of the times they say in-store only. And so you have to go in the store and buy it. I know Hobby Lobby does a lot of their paper online. So if you buy, you know, you don't have to have a Hobby Lobby near you. You can definitely buy online. When I lived further north, I used to live in Connecticut. And my mom would always talk about Hobby Lobby. It never even dawned on me to go online and buy some stuff from Hobby Lobby. Because in my opinion, still to this day, Hobby Lobby is a little bit on the expensive side. Unless you catch a sale. And then even with the sale, like sometimes they have stuff clearance. And if you pay attention for those people that actually go to Hobby Lobby, it's only clearance to 40% off. So it's really just like you're using your coupon on it. But it's something about those red and yellow tags at the shopping centers, and it's in clearance, that makes us go crazy for it. So just keep that in mind. I always try to wait. They had some Tim Holtz products on clearance, and every now and then they'll put Tim Holtz stuff on sale for 30% off. And so I pulled out my calculator and I calculated, and sure enough, it was discounted or clearance for 30%. So I just kind of waited it out. Eventually they'll mark it down a little bit more, and I was able to grab some type of ephemera pack that he has. Some of his stuff, in my opinion, is a bit creepy. Those little images of those like old-timey pictures. I don't want to create pictures with people that may have gone 30 or 40 years ago. I just don't want those images in my head, let alone on my creation. So I don't tend to find buying pictures of people like that very fun. I've been talking for 21 minutes, and you know what? I started this video over, and I've only colored this daggone leaves. Good grief. But in my opinion, coloring takes a long time, unless I'm going to come and shade it all one color. So I'm going to finish up the leaves, and whatever time we finish, and then that will be the end of the project. Because I just came on to just chit chat with you all and see how you were doing. Let you know that I'm okay. I hope you're okay. And to color with you. I was just thinking about some spam messages that I've been getting on my channel, and it's like, hey, I really love your content. I want you to come over and check out this link. I'm in your spam box because of this link. And I'm thinking, block, report. And I was just thinking about a crafter or someone that used to watch the channel, my channel, and they used to comment, leave good comments, and then something crazy happened. And I was just thinking about coloring. I had said something about coloring before, and they had made a comment like, just a regular comment about coloring, but I was just thinking how we put comments in these comment sections, and then you have spammers or people that spam you. Like, I got a spam comment that says, hey, I like your music. If you want more, you can put, contact me here. And I'm like, I don't even have music in my videos. The only video that I have music in is the beginning of the Christmas in July hop, asking people if they wanted to participate in it. And not only that, but the other video that I have music in is background noise from night music. So it's not like I'm actively out saying, hey, let's party to this music. If that was the case, I would just use the free music or the music that YouTube has available already to keep that simple and easy and not have to worry about someone saying I stole their music. But I guess since I'm not monetized, it doesn't matter. I'm using this burnt sienna. I've did a swap on this before, and I just want to go ahead and color this out, even though I said after the, I'm just going to lightly color it, because this is not the color I thought it was going to be, which is fine. No big deal. I don't know if I'll cut this out and create something else with it. I will be giving this away once it's complete, But I don't know if it's just going to be a colored image or if it's going to be something more. I want to just color this a little bit green because I want to make this a fresh, a young tenderoni branch. Not an old branch like the left-handed crafter is. You know, it's still supple. So it still has that green in there. You know, I'm not sure if any of you remember when your mom would tell you, or your grandparents or your dad or whoever you live with, your parental unit would tell you, go get me a switch off the tree. That's what this is. That's one of those things. And I do want to make this owl a little bit odd. So I'm going to make all of this orange so that I don't bump my head and come back and make it a traditional looking owl, because I don't want to make her traditional. I definitely want to make her different. It is a Google picture of an owl. It's so cute. If you ever do a Google search, type in dapper owl, and see what comes up. He's very, very attractive owl. He's a very attractive owl. As an animal, not as in a cute guy that looks like an owl. It's a real animal. That is all I have, because I do not want to hit my 33 minutes and 10-second craft limit. I mean, my time limit. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the love and support and all your kind comments and all your suggestions. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Happy crafting.